At this point, I want to introduce Philip Martin from he's our Director of Member Services. So this is the first year we're giving out our Member of the Year award. And we created a member program back about 5 years ago when we first launched the IES. But there really wasn't a whole lot of meat behind it. It was basically discounts to come into the next program. And we started to add features along the way. And we began to invite people to become corporate members and individual members. So we've been very lucky and blessed to have some great corporate members. MX, Deltec, Social Tables, who's here, Learning Tree, Cvent, ADP, a lot of great companies who've been corporate members. We also have had a great list of individual members. You saw some of them in the videotape before. So in this year, when we gave out the first Member of the Year award, we were thinking about who really has helped us add some value. So there's one particular member, Brian Green. Every time I've reached out to Brian to help, to participate in something, to get his team to come to something, he's always stepped up. Last year, we launched a podcast program, which got a little bit stalled, but it'll get reinvented. Brian actually sat with me and was in our first podcast, just showed up at the studio. We spent a good half hour just kind of talking through. By the way, we also did a second podcast with the great Mark LaFleur over at LizSave, who is not with us today. So Brian has been on panels when I invited to be on panels. Learning Tree sales professionals have been at every program almost from the beginning. They've actually won 2 of our awards over the years as well. So when we're thinking about who really has helped us get the IES to one of the levels we want them to, the name that came to mind was Brian Green. I want to introduce Philip Martin, who's our Director of Member Services. We'll present the award to him. So please join me in welcoming our first IES Member of the Year, Brian Green.
I wanted to say one word on behalf of the leadership now as the Director of Member Services. As I look around this room, as I saw the video, it is pretty emotional because I think back on where we've been and the journey that we've come through. And so much of this started off with Fred's total soul leadership. And I think we don't thank him enough. So let's all stand up and give him show him what he means to us. As he mentioned at the beginning, we have added a lot of structure that helps us really grow to the next level. I'm proud to be leading member services. Thomas Ellis leading membership. We've got a public relations committee. We have an education committee. So we're really putting some of that skeleton, the meat on the bones now that really helps us grow to the next level. I wanted to stop for a minute and sort of go off script. I'll get a little notice later from Fred, but it's worth it. We all know, especially as sales professionals, how important networking is. A lot of it's a big part of our day-to-day lives. And I felt led today to say that as we say in the South, I'm from Nashville, I'm married up. And my wife is a professional, sales professional of 28 years. I've been in it 37 years and still come to this to keep growing and learning. But we met here in this room 19 years ago at a networking event. So it's another one of the values of coming to these networking events. So she's here with us this morning. And some of you, as I look around the room, I've known for 30 years. So some have started off as students and became proteges and then my mentor program. So it's a very emotional period, but I just felt like it was just a bonus to have Donna here with me this morning as well. And where we are is we really take the IES to the next level. So do see us afterwards about where you can get involved. This mentor program, we mentioned it, but I want to mention it again. That single point of having a mentor. When you become an achiever level, a member, you are afforded the opportunity to have a mentor one-on-one for 6 months. And I still have a mentor in my 37th year. So wherever you are in your sales profession, to be given a mentor, we interviewed 37 people. We have 18 mentors. Each of them have a small group of individuals that they work with, and it's a tremendous value. That value by itself is about a $2,500 value. If you went out and got one of these individuals to mentor you one-on-one, that would be a pretty significant expense. This way, we're giving it to you as another value to be a part of the IES, because we know the importance of really mentoring. So again, come see us and later about how to get more involved.
So good morning. Not sure how I follow that, but just as a footnote, if you are married, you cannot look around the room and network. So, just FYI. Hey, so thank you, everybody. I promised my team I'd be very short. They've got bets over there that I'm going to go long, so I'm going to hopefully win a couple $100 today. So I want to say a thank you to Fred and team. Learning Tree International, my name is Brian Green. I'm the Senior Vice President for our North American Sales and Client Solutions team. It's a lot of fun. This is my second trip around with Learning Tree. I just recently came back, noticed certainly a lot of the rooms, a lot of the faces in the rooms that we've been networking with. I just noticed, surprisingly, I saw Mark Amtower's in the room. We've done some work with Mark and some training and whatnot. So this is a great organization. We've been a part of it for quite some time, I think 3 or 4 years. As Fred had mentioned, we've been honored with a number of awards. We've certainly submitted more than we've won, but nonetheless, we try to submit an award every single year. It's a great institution. We're enjoying it. I want to thank my entire team that's here with me today. We only had a table of 10. We filled out that table, my sales team, as well as our marketing team, who is my right hand in terms of this pivot that we're making at Learning Tree International. Tricia Sacchetti is our worldwide VP. I got Chris Brady and John and my entire sales team and Tricia's team as well. So as the gentleman said earlier from Wexler, sales and marketing are coming together at a rate that it's absolutely critical that we're in collaboration, and we're seeing that firsthand with our customers and how we need to brand differently. And I want to comment on something that Tom had mentioned about these minute particulars. And as we look at the value that we're receiving from IES, it really is on these minute particulars. The little things that we have to do in sales each and every day to provide better service and better value. I consider myself a servant leader to not only my internal customers, but my external customers. And those little areas that we've got to constantly pick the weeds and water the garden, if you will, IES really has provided that for us for many years now. And I would say that while I'm honored being Member of the Year, I certainly share this with you guys because if we didn't have such a strong membership base, none of us would be here. And when my team comes back from these monthly meetings, and when I have a chance to get out and join them as well, the feedback is consistent. And that consistent feedback is, how in the heck does Fred do it every single month, right? Month over month, he puts on spectacular presenters, Tom and Mark Hunter and Steve Craner and Tim Sullivan, and too many more that I don't have time to share. But nonetheless, it is a cadre of experts, and each of those cadre of experts are in fact helping my team provide those minute particulars on the things that they need to do each and every day of pulling the weeds and watering the garden. And so I would ask each of you today, as hopefully my role as Member of the Year is to ask something of you, so I'll ask of you to make sure that you go back out into your communities, wherever they might be, and invite one member company or a customer, whatever it might be, that's got a strong sales force, and invite them to join the IES. We have benefited from it immensely. I want to see this organization continue to grow. I want to see Fred and his peers continue to grow as they're adding significant value for us. So thank you, Fred, for what you do, and thank you, members that are here today in support of the IES, and certainly to my team as well. Thank you, guys.